Hello everyone, this is Christina and welcome to our Scientific Forex Live webinar. I'm happy to see you all here. Before moving on, please tell me if you can hear me. You can type it onto the chat box on the webinar control panel. It's found at the right corner of your screen. Also, if you'd like to ask question, you can also type it into the chat box. This webinar, we will talk about some other pairs and about the system rules again. This session is being recorded and will be posted in the members area for you. Also, please remember our team is standing by if you need any help. If you want to chat personally or need extra help, just let me know. Go to the support section in the members area and call us, send us an email or use Skype or live chat. We are here to help you. Okay, I will try to speak a little louder. I think that I will try also to increase the volume, but I think that my headset is at maximum value. Yes, Paula, I'm okay. Thank you. How are you? I think that everyone is okay. I think that you can see my chart. Here is about the trade that we talked in the last webinar. I recorded the period when I entered into the trade, and also I will record when I will when the pair will reach the target. So this trade will be also posted in the members area for you. Probably you remember that on daily I said that we have a channel. We have a triangle, and for the moment the pair will move inside that triangle. And actually I had the signal I went into the trade on the signal that I have on 1 hour chart. I have some, I survive actually. On the news, we have 2 news, very important. One was at about I think 12:30, 12:30. We had unemployment claims, and also at 14 GMT we have pending home sales. This is why I have this shadow here. But my stop loss is somewhere at 23.6 level. So I was quite comfortable during the news. Also, as you can see here, the margin of my trade is more or less than 10%. So I'm quite comfortable with this rate. Okay, let's go to talk about the pound today. Okay, so we have a few articles about the pound and about England. There are some voices that said that England is going in the second phase of the recession, but I trust more in the economic policy that England, that Mr. Cameron and Mr. Osborne suggest that will be in England for the new period, because they said they will be very supportive for business. So I think that for the next period, the pound will have a nice evolution. I think that maybe into the upside. Here it made one consolidation and somehow already formed one channel. Probably also this pair will have some influence from the situation in Europe, but I think that they will be better. So we will not have a very strong downtrend on the pound. Actually, this is what I think. Also, as long as euro will go into the down direction, also the pound will have something like this, because they have the pound is related through financial connection, have a lot of investment in Europe. So if we will have violent drawdown on euro, I think that probably we will have some downtrend in on the pound dollar. On this channel, on daily, we had one impulse wave. It was one period that was something like one consolidation. The pair went out from the channel. Something like this was the channel. And now it's going into the up direction. Actually, the pair found one support at 1.6200, somewhere around that value. Here we can see that the pair is into the overbought section. We have both RSI over the 70 level, and also from MACD we are waiting maybe in a few days one signal for sell. So we are waiting in this area probably a little retracement, maybe into that line, maybe up to this line that for the moment will be the support of the pair. It is possible to have something like this. Okay, now let's go now we will go onto one smaller time frame, and we will see if we have any signals on smaller time frames. Okay, here we have the 4-hour chart. I will put the Fibonacci on 4-hour chart. Sorry, just a second. So onto the 4-hour chart, we saw that the pound stopped at that level around 1.622002, and probably from this point we'll start one retracement before, in the hours that passed, it was one try here, but it didn't succeed. Actually, on the news, the pair been more power. So I think that for the moment we have just to wait the signal from Fibonacci. Here it was one signal, but it was a short one, was not confirmed, actually because of the news. Here we have another one that also was confirmed by MACD here. So actually for this pair, I will try to draw the channels I have one low here. This is the second, and also we can see that the pair had no power to break down yet this trend line. So we can consider that for the moment we have something like this for the pound. I will make the same thing on daily chart, and I will go to smaller time frames to see how many signals we have in smaller time frames. For the time I have the smaller time frame in the right part of the window, and most of the time I have a smaller window here, and in the window where I'm working I have a bigger image of this of the pair that I'm working with. So today I was in some trades on the pound, but actually was just for a short period. So I was working with smaller time frames, and actually I was on the retracement because I'm waiting that the pair I'm waiting for the pair to go into the down direction. As long as I saw on daily chart that the pair was oversold. So this can be happened maybe today or probably quite soon. We will see exactly when we have signals, and most of the signals, most of the important signals, I think that you can have from 4-hour chart, and after that from 1-hour chart. But if you are looking to work just during the day, you have to go probably on time frames like 1 hour and 15 minutes or 5 minutes. So for the moment, into 1-hour chart, I was into one trade that start here. It was that consolidation period, and also here it was the news. And after that, on the news, they announced some good results for pending home sales, and also about the news, and also the statement of Mr. Bernanke from yesterday evening push the pair into the up direction. The move was stopped when we received that news about the German 2-year yield that was that recorded one fall. So I think that this will stop the evolution into the upside direction, and we can look now from different short direction on the pound, but probably the pair will have some stops at the support area. On that previous resistance and also onto the trend line. Also, let's put one Fibonacci here on this wave, and we can see something about something like the targets that we can look for the pair. So here I think that we can wait after this signal that we have onto 1 hour. That also is confirmed by the MACD. We can wait for the downtrend. We have to see if the pair will break this trend channel, this one, and in this situation, I think that our target can be somewhere around 38.2, 41.4 area, or even more at 61.8 level. As you can see, the last support area now is around 61.8 level. Mr. Paul, GPP to retrace to 13 Fibonacci level before taking short. In this moment, we have the signal from several hours ago. We have that signal from 1 hour here. It passed about 8 hours. So in this moment, I think that the pair will just swing around this and will try to reach lower levels. So from this area probably will make one try to break the inferior trend line channel, and after that I think that it will also break, it will also try to have this target. I have to remember you that on daily chart we are in the oversold area. Sorry. So I think that probably somehow shortly, I think that probably tomorrow we can see one retracement of the pair, but we have to follow what level, how big will be this retracement. If we are going into 4-hour chart, I think that the stop loss should be placed somewhere in this area, a few pips over that 0 point that high that the pair made, and first target will be at about if you want to be safer, first target can be about 92 pips, 23.6 level. The next one can be in this area about 150 pips, 160. And the third one about 230. Okay, so I think that is better to see the new signal for sell into the 1 hour and to take this trade for those ones that want to trade the pound. Paul is asking me why not to go in now as the indicators are okay. So my signal was here, and already it passed about 7 hours, 8 hours from the signal. It's possible to have one retracement also. Now we have one period when the market are quiet. Probably tomorrow morning it will be more active. I refer for probably we can see some movements tomorrow when the European market is open. Okay, any question about the pound? Vaslav asked me what will be the impact on it if with the pair will start to fall. I think that I don't have one exactly correlation between the pound and the euro. I think that you are asking me what it will happen if the euro is will start the downtrend. But I saw that the European Central Bank keep quite strong the euro. So I don't think that will be one violent downtrend. I think that maybe will be some hours when it will be more panic, but I don't think that it will be very violent. So also on the pound, we will not have one violent downtrend. John is asking me, do we wait the price to break the inferior line on the 4-hour chart? On the 4-hour chart, we don't have yet the signal for sell. It was before here, and so we have one signal here. And also it was confirmed by the signal from MACD. So the pair went a little bit down. It was about 50 pips. and on the news it was into the upside direction. Here it was, the news was related to Spanish bonds and about the rollover, and actually the market supported quite well that rollover of the bonds. So also later it was a new signal onto 4-hour, and the pair made a new a little drawdown about 57 pips. But actually in this moment we don't have yet a signal from either from oscillator, either from crossover SI on 4-hour. Maybe it's okay if we are waiting to, if you want to play safer, I think that it's better to wait first the signal on 4-hour chart, and after we have the signal on 4-hour chart to look for one signal onto the 1-hour chart. So probably this consolidation will be a consolidation in the next hours on the pound, and after that, if you are working on just on a short period and you want to check the pair, you have to look for signal into 1 hour and to look for signals for buy and sell on 15-minute chart. But actually here we have one consolidation, and the interval of the swing is about 24, 25 pips. That is not something so pleasant. So maybe it's better if you didn't went into one cell on that signal, maybe it's better to wait this period to pass and to wait the signal on 4-hour chart, and after you have the signal on 4-hour chart, maybe on the next candle, just to look for signals for sell onto 1-hour chart. Okay, I just said that we had the signal for sell, but here onto 1 hour, and it passed about 8 hours, and the pair didn't make one so it was the signal onto 1 hour, and for the moment we don't have too much activity onto the market. I think that tomorrow morning when European market will be open, we will see a new signal onto 1 hour, and probably will be confirmed the signal onto 4 hour. The targets Billy is asking me what were the 3 targets again. So just a second. So I think that the first problem will be certain level when we have also this inferior line of the trend channel. the second target will be 38.2, 41.4 level on the Fibonacci put on the last wave, and the third target, 61.8, the previous resistance level, about 1.6,000 rounded value. We have 61, probably will be tested, and the pair will start a swing. Anyway, I think that we will have swings on those levels when the pair will try to break that inferior line of the channel on this into that area 38.2, 41.4, and also when the pair will test 61.8. I suppose that the pair will be rejected from this area and go back to 38.2, 41.4. But this will miss a lot of time. I think that probably just let's measure it in days will be easier. So probably will be, let's say, about something between 1 week or 11, 12 days. And I think that that level 30.2 will be a little bit earlier if the pair will break that inferior, if the pair will break that line. Paul is asking me, where do you get or your info for the various pair? Is there a TV channel or the internet? I'm using Forex Factory for the news. I presented that site into one webinar. I'm looking on news on Bloomberg, on Reuters, and actually I'm looking at from time to time at the central banks releases, and from some statistic sites, some sites of the government related to statistic numbers or so. Muz is asking me, Christina, the reason for not getting into the trade is because you think it is a quiet period now. So actually, when you don't have volatility, and I think that the market was very nervous those days. And when we don't have much volatility, I think that it's better to stay away from one trade. I think that for the moment we don't have the signal into 4 hours, because if it was one signal onto 4 hours, probably if it was one strong signal with crossover SI, and also MACD was going out from the histogram, not going inside into the histogram like we have here, probably it was I was more comfortable to go into one trade. now. But the signal on 4 hours is not clear. Here from MACD, actually, I don't feel comfortable when the red line is going into the histogram, because the signal for MACD have to be very clear for me and on 4 hour chart, because if I'm going into one trade now on pound, I have to keep the trade probably minimum few days and probably maximum 1 or 2 weeks. So as long as I don't have a clear signal in this point, we can have some surprise up to tomorrow morning. Probably the pair can go a little into the upside, will not keep that 1.62 resistance. 1.62 is just one psychological level, so I don't feel comfortable to go into one trade right now and to stay into it for a long period. If I'm looking for smaller trades, I don't have enough volatility. If you are looking into 1 hour, I have one channel, something like this, where the pair made the swings into the last hours. If we are looking here, we have about 10 hours, 8 hours when the pair was in the same channel. And how big is this channel? Is about 25 pips. I have to, I don't know. I think that is not enough volatility for trading on smaller chart, and I don't have a clear signal for going into one trade based on the signals that I have on bigger time frame. Larry is asking me, if an entry is taken on the 4 hour, can you exit on the 1 hour time frame? I think that you have to make the analysis on the bigger time frame, daily, 4 hour. Let's say for the person that stay into one trade for a few days or something like this. Of course, if you are taking the signal onto 1 hour, you have to look to have the signal on daily. You have to look also to have the signal for trade, the same signal on 4 hour chart. And with 1 hour chart, you will refine your trade. But the targets and the stop loss you have to establish on daily or on 4 hour chart, depending what where you made the analysis. Probably on daily you will have about 70-80 pips stop loss and targets, something compared with the stop loss. So if you have about stop loss for 70 pips, probably you will look for trades that have minimum target 210, 200 and something pips. If you are going on 4 hour time frame chart, I think that the first thing that you have to consider is that on 4 hour chart you have the best accuracy. Also, you have on 4 hour chart stop loss and take profit, something like 30-50 pips. And you have to look for targets that are around probably 150, 100, 100 100, 150 pips, something like this. So smaller time frame. So entries and exit you have to take into the same time frame. You can refine it with a smaller time frame, but actually it is up to you. Personal, I think that if you are using the signals on 1 hour chart, you can expect trades that will signal that will be for, I think, 1 up to 3 days. Paul is asking me if we see a down move on GBP dollar tomorrow, let's say 8 GMT. If we see a down move on GBP dollar tomorrow, say 8 GMT, would you be okay for short even if it's Friday? And leave trade to run into next week or close at the end of Friday. It's depending on the time frame that you want to enter this trade. Because if you are going on to 4-hour chart, I think that you will look for trades to, you will stay into the trade several days. So I think that if you have the signal on 4-hour chart and also you will receive here again the signal for sell onto 1-hour chart, it will be okay to be into one trade even if it is Friday. I didn't saw big gaps on Forex over the weekend. I know that this is the problem, but also you have to consider on trades that you are setting on 4-hour chart or bigger, you have to set the stop loss to feel comfortable. So actually I'm waiting tomorrow to have one retracement on euro and also on pound, because was actually one effort for European market to support the rollover of Spain. Susanna is telling me also there are divergence on pound dollar for our in oscillator of moving average and MACD. I know that you do not trade just because of that, neither do I, but perhaps it is something to take into consideration. Yes, I was in some webinars, and I also saw that is a very great instrument, divergence, and is a good indication for this. So if you have one more confirmation for a sell, it's okay. Gerhard said to me, in the last webinar you said that you go out of a trade if a reverse signal on the RSI is starting to form. for the pound dollar on 1 hour, there is already a reverse signal to the upside since the last short signal, which is drew in the chart. So would you still be in that short trade? So on the pound, I don't have any trade for the moment. I have some trades into that area. Actually, I was waiting for the pair to reverse, but because of the news, the pair went into the up direction. We have good news from United States, and we have very big difference between the forecast and the actual value on pending home sales. On the last release, that was around 14 GMT. So for the moment here, I will wait for the signal on 4 hour, and after that I will look for the signal on the pound, and probably I will also go onto the pound into one short trade. I have enough space to put several trades into the market because I have probably you remember that I think that the safest way to work is to have the margin about 10%. So my margin is 1.5, something like this. And also the account can support some drawdown. So it's depending on the equity, it's depending on the position, it's depending on a lot of things. But here, actually, this is my opinion. Probably it's better to wait till tomorrow morning to go maybe into some trades on daily basis, or if we have a nice settings to go into one trade that it will also, we will also keep for the next week. Is asking me, is the overall signal better when the MACD signal is closer to its zero line? Actually, when we have one signal like we have in this area, when we have one signal from oscillator of moving average, when we have signal from crossover RSI, and also we have confirmation from MACD, we can consider that the signal is quite strong for the market. Here, we have about a move that was about 50 pips. Anyway, it's better than what we have now, when we have just one interval of about 24, 25 pips. And also, when we have cross from RSI and the red line is going under the zero, and also the histogram is forming under the water, is a strong signal, a strong confirmation. Is something that was here into 1 hour. But here was something like panic, I think. Here we have signal from crossover SI. I will make that window a little bigger. So it was here one signal from the crossover SI. It was that consolidation area. The pair was waiting for the news. We have that unemployment claims that was a negative one. We have the forecast 374. I have in my face. I have in my face the results, so I'm not telling you by heart. So the forecast on unemployment claims was about 374,000, and actually the value was bigger. So the claim that was registered for the person that don't have a job in this period was bigger. That was a bad news for United States economy. So when it was in the market bad news, we had that drawdown of the pair. Was more something like a panic. And of course the signal was confirmed by MACD. We have just one candle, and after that the pair start to make to go again to reach the previous position, because also the market was waiting some other news related to pending home sales. I think that the markets are not taking so well the bad news for the moment. It was too many, and they just are waiting for something new to happen into the market. And after that, we had very shortly the signal for a buy, also confirmed here, and the pair went into the upside direction, but don't have the power to go to pass to that psychological level. I think that for the moment everyone is expecting one reversal move. Eddie Vijaja and also Sam Okello are asking me the same question: how to hide the price of stop loss and take profit in the platform? And Sam is telling me you appear not to be trading with stop loss and take profit on the running trade of the euro dollars. Yes, this is true. So I will explain the trade. So I think that the euro dollar is going into that between those lines. So I have the up, the superior channel trend line, and also we have that previous support that is very strong. And I said that the stop loss will be into that area, 23.6. Actually, I didn't record the stop loss, and I had to start the webinar. But the stop loss, my stop loss will be in this area. something about 50 pips and take profit about 61.8 level, the first target. The second target will be that previous support line. So in big lines, my trade will have a stop loss of about 70 pips, the take profit about the first target about 85, and the second target about 200 pips. I will put the stop loss and the take profit at the webinar, but also I have to record it. So I'm sorry about this. Moose is asking me, so if I understand you, I should always look on the 4-hour signals first and then look at the 1 hour for signal and for entry. Yes, I think that if you want to be safer, you have to look for a signal on bigger time frame to know the direction of the next move. So if you have the signal onto 4 hour, I think that the safer way is to go on onto the trade on smaller time frames based on signals on smaller time frames, let's say 1 hour, but you will have, so here we have that signals, green one, just a second. We have that signal into 4-hour chart. I will go into 1-hour chart and I will look for the signal that I will have into the down direction onto 1-hour chart. So I have here one. I will make it into one different color. I will make it bigger to see it. So I have here the red color, the signal onto 1 hour. Also was confirmed by the MACD. So here, as long as I have the confirmation into 1 hour, I can keep that trade. Otherwise, probably when I have the cross, I have to go out from that trade. Here I have a new signal from the cross of RSI, and also is maintained the signal for sell onto the MACD. So I can go into a new trade, but this is according with money management. So if I can, if my account supports 2 or more trades, I can go again into one trade. I can keep that first trade, also I can go into a new trade. Here I have a cross of RSI. So here I have one cross of RSI for a buy, but was not confirmed also by the MACD. So I think that I just wait to see what happened. Actually, as long as I also have the news, I have just to move a little bit the stop loss a little bit over the next psychological level, or according with the Fibonacci levels or the previous high that was establishing the new resistance line. So actually, as long as the news was, if the news was not in the favor of our trade, probably our stop loss could be um, taken, and probably it was a bad trade. But here it was the down move. Also, in this area, we have to look for the signals if it was any change onto the superior chart, onto 4 hours. So let's see also what was in that area on 4 hour chart. So at the last red signal. This is the reason why I have all the time two windows on my screen. So here it was the RSI, both of them was into the down direction. Just I will add also the 50 level. So it was very close to the 50 level, but the signal from MACD was maintained as a third signal. So here was no sense to go out. On the news. After the news, when we saw that the RSI is changing the position, and we have that signal from for buy, and also that signal from MACD should stop that that trade. You are welcome. Chunestama is asking me, Christina, if I want to trade on 1 hour chart, it is wise to enter my trades on 15-minute chart. Yes, it is okay. But you have to know that for signals on 15 minutes, probably you will receive the signals one at 2 or 3 hours, something like this. Gerhard, you are asking me, you drew a short signal on 1 hour, 8 candles ago. You are talking about the euro dollar? Yes. The short signal was about 8 hours ago. Sam is asking me, Christy, your charts don't have the CCFX assistant. I'm trading the system manual, and tutor was so kind to make that assistance for beginners. Maybe we consider that is a nice help for everyone if until they will be more familiar with all those indicators and with all those cross and this is why. Adrian is saying to me, Christina, I am in GMT. I work in the day and come after 5 p.m. I find the markets really flat most evenings. Have you any suggestion how I can trade around my work times? I think that it's a good idea to trade on bigger time frames. I think that for our time frame will be okay. Also, I think that iPhones can help a lot. So to check from time to time after I think that if you are going into trades based on signals that you have on 4 hours, you don't have to spend too much time just to check the trades from time to time. Maybe you can note the red releases news and just check your trades during that period or after that period. Gerhard told me that it was one signal about 8 candles ago. On 1 hour we have one signal here and we have the second signal here. But actually I am not sure here. I'm not sure what will be the direction of the trade because it's possible to be just one consolidation and the pair to try to reach a new level. I will go again on daily and I will look to the chart. I have one high here, a little bit lower than this psychological level, 1.62. So here I think that the pair will have one retracement. All the time, if we have something like this, the pair, so in this area should be one strong resistance for the pair. So the pair, GBP dollar will have big problems will fight quite a lot to go over that previous high. So now also the pair reach 1.62. I think that the improvements in their economy will not be overnight. I think that it will pass maybe several months. 3 or 4 months until they will have some results into the economy. For the moment, I think for several days or so, the pair will fight with that area for resistance. Probably we'll have one retracement because this march of the pair into the uptrend was somehow forced. Eric said to me, Westcott chart 1 hour chart looks like a goodbye signal from earlier this morning. Confirming for our chart. Just let's take a look. So this is on daily. We don't have yet a clear situation. We have one channel, like one consolidation on daily. And it seems that the channel was broken. On smaller time frame, for hour, something like this will be the channel. We have here one signal for buy. I think that also will be confirmed very soon. So here we have the crossover RSI oscillator histogram have had bars smaller and smaller. The red line from MACD is preparing to go out from the histogram. Okay, so we just have to put one Fibonacci on the last wave. So we have to check what is happening 30.2, 41.4, because here also we have median line of Bollinger Band. If the pair will finish, after the pair will finish the swing into this area, it's possible to go to the second target, 61.8. I think that we can see something like this. Adrian, you have to follow the money management. If you want to trade 4-hour time frame, you have to have a very strong money management system. You have to respect and you have to consider that it is possible to have the stop loss. It is possible to have the stop loss at about 40-50 pips. So you have to make the calculation for your account to support something like this. So you have to think to support the stop loss. You have to think also to have a margin about 10% of the equity, and also you have to arrange all those things according with your leverage of the platform, the value of the PIP. You're welcome. Jeff, where do I get the news to read? You can look for the news on site forexfactory.com. Also, you can go on Reuters. You can go to look for the news on Bloomberg. Also, you have to look for the central banks releases, maybe to the Fed side, maybe to all central banks, Central European Bank, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of Switzerland, depending how much you want to go into the fundamental analysis. Okay, so yes, also dailyfx.com is a good site for news. Thank you, Jan. Um, Gerhard is asking me, you said you take the stop loss and target from the higher time frame, let's say 4 hour, and then trade on lower time frame, like 1 hour. But how can you get on the target on, I think that you want to say on 4 hour time frame? If you close the trade as soon as the RSI on 1 hour prepare to cross. Most of the time RSI will prepare to cross or even cross several times before you reach the target from 4 hour chart. As I will refine the signals with the help of the MACD. When I have the signal on 4 hour chart, I will look for signals on 1 hour chart. So I will have several signals on 1 hour chart, but I will not have also the confirmation from the MACD. This is what will refine my signals between 4 hour chart and 1 hour chart. Okay, Jeff, you don't have to do that. It's okay for 4 hour chart and smaller time frames is working very well, the technical analysis. So you don't have to go too much into fundamentals. Anyway, we have a lot of recalculation from the numbers that they are releasing. I will just show you. So we have unemployment claims, yes. So here I will open details. I will have more details. Here, when we have the arrow, the golden arrow, we have something like revised from 357, so 10 kilo. Revised from 359, revised from 348. So all the time they are coming with this type of reconsideration of the releases. Just said to me, I like trade charts and trade I think that we all love to trade. I think this is why we are here together, because we love to trade. Would you enter on 4 hour? Ken is asking me, would you enter on 4 hour time frame signal even if the daily is going in opposite direction? The difference between daily and 4 hour. So here we have one signal. Yes, I will just mark it. The opposite signal, I have it here. Also is something like one confirmation from MACD, because the red signal is going out from the histogram. I have a new sell signal here. You can see, I think, the crossover SI, and also the red lines going into the down direction. I have the signal, the red signal here. I have the crossover SI, the signal for buy here. Also, I have this one. So, and also a sell signal into this area. So here is the first time, here is the second one. Just, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so just let's analyze a little bit all those signals. So between this signal and this point where I receive the opposite signal, I have about 9 bars and about 200 and about 100 pips. 9 bars on 4-hour chart means about 36 hours, 1 day and something. The signal into the opposite direction is about 12 bars and 81 pips. The next one is I have about 5-6 bars and about 133 pips. So I have the variation is something between less than 1 day and I think that maybe maximum 3 days on the signals on 4-hour chart. I think that we have a few minutes to look for the signals, for those signals. By the other hand, on the swings on daily chart, I will just clean the chart. I'm sorry that. Okay. So on daily chart, I have just a flat market, and in between of those, okay, there are. I have a little space. I have about 160, 170 pips, but most of them are the shadows. Maybe I have to consider 120, 130. Regarding the signals on daily, I don't have too many signals. I have here one signal for that period that was one daily, and that was all. I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here more than one signal. So I was talking about the signals that we have on 4-hour chart on these pieces of the chart, not by word. That here was something like one trying to go into the up direction, made one high, but just to help me to form one small channel. So here I have just one clear signal, and here maybe we can consider the second one. By the other hand, on 4-hour chart, we have a lot of signals. So if we are considering just that signal here, we have to stay into a trend about 10 days. This is the difference between a bigger time frame and a smaller time frame. So I have on daily just one signal for sell. I will wait for signal for buy. Uh, Maybe after a few days. For the moment, I'm not sure. So the difference between daily and 4-hour is quite big. If I'm going into one trend on 4-hour, I think that I will feel comfortable. I think that I have to look for one upside trend or downside trend for one up to maximum 3 days. Can be, let's say, 12 hour. I can check. So I can take all the signals on 4-hour chart. And if here we have a downtrend on daily and it will come, it will be just a false breakout of the channel. And the pair will try to reach the superior line to go again into that channel. I think that also I will take the uptrend if I will have the signal here, because it means about 100 and something pips, 150, 160. If my target will be, if I will receive here the signal, I will have also onto the 4-hour, or I will go now on that signal that I already received into 4-hour. I will go now into that trade here when I have the signal. So somewhere in this area, my first target will be at the superior line of the channel. Just for exercise, let's put Fibonacci on the last wave. So my first target will be probably 41.38 area, the second one 61.8. But still there we have quite a long way to wait, about 83 pips, and can be several candles, maybe 9, maybe, I don't know, 18, something like this, if we are keeping the same angle for the move like the previous. So when the pair will be in this area and will try to reach the channel, I will have enough space to put one stop loss and to wait for a value to see if the pair will try to reach the superior channel line. So, of course, I will take also the impulse wave and also the reverse trend, reverse trade onto 4-hour chart. Michael is asking me, Christina, do you pay any attention to the correlation of the pairs like GBP dollar and euro dollar, if you will let affect you entering a trade? Yes, I'm paying attention of the correlation between the different currency, and I know that the official tried to make one correlation between European currency. I'm saying about euro, dollar pair will work in the same way. The pound dollar also have a correlation between the currency, the euro dollar and pound dollar. Also, the Swiss franc is correlated with euro, and actually, if we have one violent move into one pair, probably we will see the same thing on the other pairs too. Paul is asking me, do you make notes to go to look at certain markets at certain days, or you look at all your preferred markets daily? I'm following just a few pairs because I have about, usual, I have maybe 3-4 trades open. So usual, I'm looking on euro dollar, I'm looking on pound dollar, I'm looking also from time to time to yen dollar and to Aussie dollar. But all the pairs are working on smaller time frames for our end. And so, according with technical analysis, and it's not quite a problem to work with any pair. You are waiting for another test of the bottom? Yes. Yes, this is actually why I don't have a big exposure on euro also. I don't think that the euro have power, but I saw that the markets are very confused in those days. Roddy, no, I don't have for the moment one example like this, but you can look at the example on euro dollar. Eddie is asking me, how about with gold? It is applied to the system? Actually, for bigger time frames, I saw that also the gold is respecting very well the Fibonacci level, but the gold market is one special market, and of course you need is a different way to trade it. Gerard is asking me, can we look at the GBP for our game, please? Sure. Okay, you have any questions here? I think that for the moment the pair is testing again that level. We just have to wait to see if that signal will be formed. Here we have a buy, but it's not confirmed by MACD. So I think that will be just a new test of the superior of the resistance. Michael said to me, you have an up hammer on daily found on the 4 hour, also meaning an up pattern. No, no. I will just take out all those lines. I don't have any hammer here. No, I don't have on daily any hammer. Gerald, you are welcome. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, our time for the webinar is almost finished, so I think that we have to finish this session. If you have any question, something quickly that I can help you, you're welcome, John. Lahan is asking me to go on Euro again, quickly. What is the problem with Euro? Euro is going just to the superior Bollinger Band. It's not facing the, he is into the, it is okay with the Euro for the moment. If the targets, it seems okay for me. What is the problem with the Euro? Lannan. Why I was short here? Because it was close to the superior trend line. We have a, and I was sure that I'm sure that the pair will make a swing between that into that triangle that was formed here. So usually we have about 5 or 7 swings. So I consider that the pair will make one swing between 38.2 41.4 area and will try to reach first 61.8, and after that we'll try to reach again the inferior will try to reach again that support area. And also I had signals on 4 hour and onto 1 hour. After that pair of candles, I was onto that signal. I was into the sell. So probably it was one idea to go out from on this cross, but actually on 4 hour I had the signal that I have a powerful signal here. Is into the upside. So this is the game. Actually, this is the game in trading. You are supposing that you also have risk. So I just have to put my stop loss here a little bit over the 23.6 level, and also to the superior channel line to be safe. But this is the game. Sometimes we can lose trades. I am not making 100% just winning trades. I don't know if is anyone that can do that. It will be very interesting to find someone. But that's it. This is the game. This is why we have money management, and this is why this is why we talk about 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio. 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio is assuring you that if you are making from 10 trades, just 3 on win and the rest of 7 on loss, at the end of the period you can have a positive balance. So this is why we have to pay attention of all those aspects of trading. We have to pay attention a little bit on the economical situation of the area of which currency we are trading. We have to pay a big attention on related to the system, to the signals, and to the direction of the market. We have to pay attention to the money management, because if we are going with too big position, it's possible to be it's possible to lose our accounts when we have a very big when we have big swings onto the market. So, and actually this is the game. I hope that everyone is enjoying it as much as I think that everyone is enjoying to trade as much as I am. Okay, so thank you that you spent the time with me and you was in the webinar. I hope that it was a good webinar for you. And I'm waiting you in the new webinar. If it will be necessary, we will have more example of trades. Otherwise, probably I think that we will go to talk about harmonic patterns to have one idea about the levels and about some new patterns to trade. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Bye bye.